What's going on, Facebook and the world, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of The Fly Trap. He is the Fly One. I'm the Trap. Season 2, second episode. Man, it's great to be alive and to be a part of this magnificent show. Isaac, what's going on today, man? Uh-oh, look like I got look like your mic is off. Is it on my end?
That's on my end. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I got you. Building it as we fly, ladies and gentlemen.
Building as we fly, family. Hey, Ralph, we got the rain, but if you planted some seeds, then it's something good gonna come up because it's raining.
Man, listen, we got a lot of things to talk about today, and what has transpired since our last episode. As you can see, Isaac is over there. He got the hat on. Anytime he has the hat on, ladies and gentlemen, that means something has been popping in the culture. The culture is what is popular in the popular press, what is going on that we all know. And hey, we got to talk about it, man. But listen, before we get into that, Isaac.
Yeah. Talk to us, Ralph.
Man, I got to share a little something, man. Last week I talked about, hey, we are I'm going through, midlife crisis.
Yeah, menopause.
The man menopause. Pause. Pineapples, whatever you want to call on that, man. But listen, I believe I lost my black card last week.
Your black card.
Yeah, man. I almost, be my witness, man. I almost died last week.
Do tell.
Man,
Lost
listen,
your black card.
you won't believe this what happened, man.
What
I
happened,
went out
Ralph?
I went out to eat with some of my colleagues or what have you. So we're just sitting there chilling.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm eating healthy and everything. And lo and behold, I bought the regular thing that I would normally get from my from that particular restaurant.
Right.
So I grabbed some, some hot wings or some fried chicken.
Okay.
And man, I almost died, man. I was like coming back to the upstate as I was driving, man, my body shut down, man. It's like, man, I don't tell me I can't do milk and I can't do fried chicken.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm allergic to watermelon. So hey, what's next, man? And then what happened yesterday, man? As you can probably tell that my eyes are a little bit sleepy. I got on some different glasses this week, and I probably won't open my eyes as much tonight. But I was in the gym yesterday, doing my thing, doing a jump rope, doing some kind of, some push-ups, some body weight squats and all that stuff, working on the abs. And everybody, every now and then somebody wants to sit, in your space or work out in your space. So I had someone to come up to me right next to me, and they start, working out. And lo and behold, she started doing something that caught my attention. So, and out the peripheral, out the side of my eye, I saw her in exercise. I wasn't trying to look, but because I'm jumping rope, I'm looking in the mirror and everything, you couldn't help but to see her. And so she started doing pelvic thrust. And I got off track. And what ended up happening, man, I pinched a nerve in my back.
Oh no, Ralph.
Well, I wasn't focused because I'm not used to somebody coming up in my space and doing something like that. It's going, hey, you got my attention now. So you got my attention, and boom, bam, bada, and here I am with a jacked up back, going to the doctor tomorrow to get it checked out. But listen here, it ain't no joke, man. A pinched nerve.
No, that's no joke.
Yeah, you can't even breathe, man.
Wow. So Ralph, between the chicken, the watermelon, and the distractions at the gym, what's a man to do? I mean, what are you to do, Ralph? I believe you from the Caribbeans. I mean,
man,
you don't like watermelon. You're having issues with chicken, and now you got a pinched nerve.
A pinched nerve, man. It's like, man, I wouldn't wish this on anybody, man. It's like you can't even breathe, man. It's like, you breathe a certain way and you start hurting.
Right.
Start hurting. So that's where I am.
You don't even know how to move. You just like, if I turn this way, turn that way. Oh man. And wait a minute, Ralph. Wait a minute. We missed something.
What's that?
What was the issue with your black card?
Man, the stereotypes that are out there, man, like the stereotypes that exist today. It's like, hey, we as black people, we love, fried chicken. But I'm from the South. Everybody love fried chicken, whether or not you're white, Mexican, Hispanic. Everybody love, fried chicken. So, but you know how they go, man.
That's right.
We love our back, black chicken there. I mean, we love.
But
our
does it
fried
love
chicken
you
there.
back? Does it love you back?
And this right here, it didn't love me back, man. I was like, my stomach was toe up from the floor up.
From the floor up.
I like to give a shout out to my African, friends or what have you, who showed me how to do some ginger tea.
Mm-hmm.
And with the ginger tea, so that's what I'm sipping on today in one of my glasses. Ginger tea, today. So shout out to my good friends from overseas that showed me how to hook that up. Giving me their recipe for ginger tea.
Do tell, Ralph.
Oh man, I'm had to shoot this, to you, what have you. But lots of beneficial things with ginger tea. I didn't know how spicy ginger was until this tea, man. But yeah, shout out to them, man. But yeah, man, like I said, we're dealing with season 2.
Season 2.
Episode 2.
Ralph, we got oh yeah. When you started off with about the rain, Ralph, it made me think about the one of the most famous quotes.
What's that?
In the history of quotes, by the philosopher Denzel Washington.
Oh man, not the philosopher.
Yeah, the great philosopher Denzel Washington. He said, if you pray for the rain, Ralph, you got to deal with the mud.
Man, listen, are we dealing with the mud today?
Hey, sometimes what you pray for may not look like what you think it'll look like. It'll look a little messy. So be careful what you pray for.
Be careful what you pray for. You put it out there, and he's gonna respond accordingly.
That's right.
Be ready. Be ready. And so be ready. So when the door open, you can't be blocking the keyhole, as they say in my favorite song, That's On Me. But listen, man, what's in the culture, man? I got something for you. You may be interested in this one right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that up there.
Lead us, Ralph. Lead us.
So Showtime or HBO has started a TV series called The Winning Time.
Yes.
And basically is the transition from when Magic Johnson came to the Lakers and how the Lakers became Showtime.
That's right.
And one of my colleagues on Facebook posted it, and I saw it, but I have been seeing the advertising for this TV show. And I said, let me check it out, because I normally don't do TV shows until the end of the season, so I can binge watch the entire season. And lo and behold, I watched the first episode, and I found myself like, dang, I gotta wait till 7 whole days for the next episode to come out. It is just that good. I know that you are a Laker fan, Isaac. So this right here may be right up your alley. Now, this is, like I said, this time period, right? For this time period for me, when Magic Johnson was coming on board with the Lakers, I really wasn't a basketball fan, because it really wasn't that big for me. And then it kind of grew into the mid 80s, so where it's him, Bird, and a couple other superstars right there, and then here come Jordan or what have you. So it became fun to watch. But this is at that cusp right there, when the league was down and they needed to find some things to get the people back involved with basketball, and it's showcasing. So it's a little bit it's gritty, in that it's gritty in that, hey, it produces that nostalgic, feel, what it felt like to be growing up and a basketball fan in the 80s.
Ralph, probably the best time of my life in sports. I mean, period. I was a huge Washington fan, no longer a Washington fan, but the 80s produced, I think Washington won 2 Super Bowls. The Lakers, of course, in that time period, I think won 3 or 4 NBA titles. I mean, it is one of the most storied times. And get this, which was even great for me. Jack Kent Cooke, who owned Washington, he actually, before he sold the team to Jerry Buss, he owned the Lakers and Washington at the same time. And
Ooh, the
so
Lakers and Washington.
he owned them both. And of
He got
course,
money.
yeah, well, he had money. He's since passed away, but he sold them to Dr. Jerry Buss, who's passed away now as well. And that's what started Showtime. That's what
Man,
started.
it's interesting that you bring up Dr. Buss because the first episode talks about how he put the money together to purchase the Lakers. And so I was like, man, that was pretty interesting. Like he talked a pretty good game in order to get the team, and once he got it, it was all his. He had to make those changes. But I'm looking forward to the the episodes that are out there, man. But yeah, shout out to HBO and those who produce the Winning Time. I liked it right off the bat, man.
Right off the bat. You had a great experience. I'm gonna be honest. Jackie and I, our daughters were telling us to, and of course, I'm gonna check out the Winning Time. I mean, it's a good nostalgia for myself. But I decided to be amenable to my significant other, and she was kept mentioning she wanted to see Medea's Homecoming, and my daughters had said it was great, and she took their advice, and I said, "Are you sure?" And so Friday night we watched that, and I was thoroughly disappointed. She laughed a lot. I chuckled every now and then, but man, so rife with stereotypes about the image of people like you and myself, Ralph. And I just was disappointed. I just felt like it was a big movie about stereotypes, and just it fell flat to me. I mean, there was a couple of funny moments, but it was mostly stereotypes.
Mostly stereotypes. Well, I watched one of Mr. Perry's movies, and that was like when he first got started. And what I watched was one of the stage plays that was converted to VHS. And I've yet to watch anything else after then, but I have heard other people say the same things that you have just stated, and to go on to say that, hey, it's like a playbook that's written over and over again. It's the same playbook.
Yeah.
You're gonna have this guy with the sexual preference. You're gonna have the black man that's going to be beating up on this woman. You can have the black man who's the bad guy. I really don't. I haven't heard of that many movies to where guys were portrayed in a certain way.
Right.
In his movies, but he has a formula, man, and it's working amongst those who those who are watching it, because they say he's a billionaire right now. So
and many of us, by the way we act, we even lost our mind.
Our minds.
Yeah, man. It's like some people are living their life according to the Tyler Perry fantasy or what have you. Like this dude right here.
Oh my goodness! Ralph,
I know you saw that, man. I know you saw what he did, man. You know what? If he hadn't have done that right there, would his catalog of work speak for him? Did he have to go there?
I really don't think he had to go there. I think he was building a good body of work. I think he's been in a few movies. He's been successful. He was building a good platform. I think people were taking him serious, and then this man was that necessary? I just what did it what did it do to build his resume, except for get people to talk? Which, you know, he's done some stuff that was on the film festival, and these were some, you know, some movies that are critically acclaimed. Of course, he's been in some box office, and I didn't find it to be necessary. I don't know what the allure was. I don't know what it was. You know, he was first come out in the movie where the writer Key and Peele came out with his movie, and he was in it. You know, that was kind of his coming out party. And so since then, you know, he's been doing some movies on Netflix, and of course, I think he has.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I thought his first one, Isaac, was this is Lakeith. I forget his last name, but I first saw him as the guy from Get Out.
Get Out. That's right. That's right.
You know, I guess that was my first introduction to him or what have you. So it was Get Out for me. But would you have to do stuff like that if you win an award from the NAACP? Do you have to do those things, what have you? It's like, oh man, I don't know if he's doing it to get an Oscar or to let people know that he's in that subject or what have you. But he would not be the only one who has done that over the years. I remember Flip Wilson. Flip Wilson was one of the first.
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman. Larry Johnson. Who?
Sammy Davis Jr. Remember he kissed kissed Dean Martin.
Really?
You remember? Yeah.
I'm glad I missed that, man.
Sammy Davis was the original. He actually being multiracial, being of African American descent, and also claiming Jewish.
Somebody done told you wrong, huh?
Yeah.
But Sammy Davis Jr. Oh man.
Yes, Dean Martin.
Larry Johnson.
Grandmama.
The Wayans brothers.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Jamie Foxx.
Martin Lawrence.
Oh man. Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart did it.
Kevin Hart. He's done where he dressed up in drag. Yeah, Kevin Hart has. Yeah, which one of my comedians that I like, Cat Williams. Cat Williams was critical.
Nah, man, you ain't never seen Cat Williams, man. You ain't never seen Cat Williams do that.
I believe maybe Cat hasn't resisted, but he's been critical of Kevin Hart for doing that. Of course,
Ricky Smiley. We have not seen Steve Harvey do it, but Steve Harvey has did the voiceovers for it.
Right.
Some church woman or whatever. But do you have to do that when you're Anna said Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes. And
what's the big dude with muscles, man?
Ving Rhames
choked out was it Ving Rhames or the other dude?
No, it wasn't Michael Duncan Clark. It was Ving Rhames.
Ving Rhames did it, man. But I was like, do you have to do it, man? Do you have to, why can't those individuals be like Sidney Poitier, just refuse to take those type of roles because of the image is going to project or produce?
Yeah. Denzel Washington. I don't think Samuel L. Jackson is dressed up in drag. I mean, do you have to go that route? I mean, Eddie Murphy has. I mean, it's just been amazing. And you know what we say, Ralph? This is what we say, and I think
Lakeith Eddie Murphy's done it.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Dave Chappelle he did do it. Nurbert.
That's right. He
did do that.
Yeah.
And he was the grandmother and all the other characters, what have you. So, and also he got
in the clumps.
he got caught on the beltway or something.
Got caught on the beltway,
doing some activities, whatever. But do you have to resort to that?
No, I don't think so. But Lakeith was alluding to the whole thing was that Black people are not a monolith. But my question, Ralph, is do we hear that about any other culture? Do we hear that Caucasians are not a monolith? Do we hear that Do we hear that Irish people are not a monolith? Do we hear that, you know, Hispanic people? We only hear that. Is that something we're just telling ourselves to make ourselves feel better about? That we're just
now that comparison, man, that comparison or comparing to other cultures, what have you, will get you in trouble, man.
yeah,
But man, that is something saying, hey, do we have to do it? Do we have to soften our image? Do we have to, all the way to the point to where our image is an aggressive one and we have to tone it down, or is that a built up stereotype, like we supposed to, be that way?
Right. So
Oh man,
so, we all at one time or another. Oh my goodness, Rob.
Yeah, man.
We're all, I'm gonna say this, we're all shocked, but we all at some time or another acquiesce or assimilate to the majority culture. I would be hypocritical if I wouldn't say we do some code switching and things like that. But do we have to soften ourselves down to such a degree that we acquiesce who we are? That's the best.
Yeah, it appears so that those who are trying to break into Hollywood are having to switch up code or do certain things to where you have to, you have to bend. I guess it goes back to what my uncle said. Uncle Earl would say, the golden rule. What is the golden rule? He who has the goal makes the rules. And so, other people are running Hollywood, and we are allowing that. And because we allow that, we have to play by their rules. But man, something that was in the news today, Isaac, was that President Joe Biden has decided to, add additional sanctions to Mother Russia, and it will not accept any oil from Russia. Now, we are, we as in the United States is in the minority as far as countries who are deciding to do that, because we're not as dependent as the other other countries that are in the in that region. Russia, England, all those are more dependent on Russian oil than America. So President Joe Biden said, hey, we're not going to support them in this area, so we can expect an increase in oil prices in addition to what has been happening the last few days, since the conflict has begun in the Ukraine and Russia. So right now it's a little bit above $4, in our region, but across the country, they are seeing prices such as this right here, man. And being that the additional sanctions have taken place, or the United States is pushing more sanctions, this young lady right here is Brittany Griner has been caught with the liquid form of marijuana while in Russia, trying to come back to the States, and look like we got some coming back to the States, and she has been, detained, is what they're calling it. They're not saying arrested, but they said detained for that. And so, it's like, this is probably the worst time, Isaac, to get detained as an American citizen in Russia, man. Like, right. There are people who are detained. What you got? There are people who have been detained in Russia that from the military. You have military individuals who have been detained, and they have yet to be released. And now you have this, Brittany Renner's. Like, man, those people who are in a circle, they know that you don't do certain things when you go to certain countries. Like, you had to be in the know, right? So she dropped this one on this one. So she's going to be in there for a good minute. And plus, she's what, 6'8", 6'9"?
Yeah, 6'9". The thing that's that the officials are saying is disappointing is they gave a warning that for all Americans to get out. Obviously, she disregarded that. I think she makes the bulk of her money from the Russian team she plays for. She's been playing for them for a couple of years. the average WNBA salary, well, the top WNBA salary is $200,000, and
yeah, she would be on one of the top.
Yeah, and so on the Russian team, they actually pay her more. It's estimated or speculated that her salary could be upwards of 7 figures. That she makes, million plus, and that's the reason why she was trying to stay over there. But at the end of the day, she was warned. Plus, doing, allegedly, there's reports allegedly there was some hashish in her possession. And I'm not sure, Ralph, we've dealt with this before. Me and you talked about this before, that athletes, does hashish, does that help improve your performance?
Yeah, I don't know whether or not it, improves their, performance, but it's one of those things, man, to where, well, if she come back and play for the WNBA, she's gonna have to take one of those tests. What have you? This is, she dropped the ball on this one, so would the WNBA take her back or what have you if she were to come back to the States?
They're saying, Ralph, it's possible if she, if these charges are legitimate and she's convicted and this, this mini war go prolonged, she could spend 10 years in prison. I mean, I don't care. No amount of drug is worth spending 10 years in prison. I mean, in a Russian prison for 10 years. Now you can miss me with that. What you talking about?
What you talking about, Will?
I ain't talking about
10
that.
years. 10 years. But you know what? 10 years for somebody that's 6'9". She's 6'9", and she's probably feeling it already because those beds are what that you sleep in are, probably for somebody that's 5'5", 5'10", 5'6".
That's right.
Yeah.
That's gonna be tough, Ralph.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough, man. It's nothing like sleeping in a twin bed that you're too big for, man.
I've actually done that before. That's not a pleasant feeling, especially if you're an adult that's 6'8", 6'9". I mean, talk about feet hanging over the rails.
Then on top of that, it gets cold in Russia. Her prison uniform is gonna be too small. She's gonna have on high waters, man. Like the fashion on that end, man, it's not gonna be a good look, man.
Yeah.
Good look. I watched the TV show Locked Up and Abroad or something like that. What's the name of that?
Right. Yeah.
Man, those individuals get hemmed up big time. And it's like, man, I've watched Rocky.
Right.
I've watched what's the name? I've watched Rambo. Rambo back in the 80s, Rambo back in the 80s would show you what a Russian prison, was all about, man. So like, hey man, listen.
You wouldn't like him if he was angry.
No, man, like, man, this is crazy, man. But like I said, we're wishing that she find a safe passage back to the United States, but it doesn't look like that's going to take place anytime soon. In the middle of a conflict, and America is having their stance, and Russia's they're gonna use it as a pawn, man. She's gonna have to probably call past President Trump to help her out.
Ralph, I got a question for you. Maurice makes a great comment. He says Biden, and we got to take a second look at Biden. Wherever your political leanings are, he refuses to increase domestic oil production, which would decrease the prices. And I gotta admit, it seems like every 10 to 12 years we have an oil situation. Do you remember the refinery that the oil pipes that busted in the Pacific? And remember, Barack Obama had the same situation, and millions of gallons of oil was being lost. And man, it took maybe 100 days to get that stuff sealed up, and just to stop it from spilling out. Yeah, just to stop it from spilling out, and of course that shot the price of gas up, and maybe by the end of his term it kind of went back down. But it seems like good old Joe is doing the same playbook. Should he increase the oil production just temporarily so we can ease the pain at the pump?
I don't think he's going to do it, man. I don't think he's going to do it. They're going to use. I think this is probably going to be what is that? Political capital as you get closer to election time, the mid-year, and it's going to be one of the things where his party is going to lose out big time.
Big time.
He's doing, because you remember the last time a sitting president was having difficulties with foreign affairs, and what ended up happening. President Carter, had what happened to him while he was in office, and then it ended up being 12 years of the opposing party up until President Clinton. So you had Reagan, Bush. Well, it was a long time. I don't, but I just remember.
Reagan, and then you had the Bush, the dad, and then Bush the son.
So Bush one only served one term.
One term. He only
one term, and then Bush two.
He got two of them.
What is it? Was it after Clinton?
Yeah, that was after Clinton.
But like I said, and you already know, some people are ended up, building their political footprint right now, and that's, oh man, he's doing everything right now to, give the other party a chance. And so we may want to stack our coins right now and begin looking at other parties out there.
Ralph, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
You have this woman in front of you. I can't tell because I'm into natural beauty. I can't tell who this person is. I don't know.
This right here, this young lady right here is K. Michelle.
Oh,
K. Michelle. This is one of her. This is one of her online pictures. That's K. Michelle, man.
You got to be kidding me.
That's K. Michelle. That's one of her. That's one of her pictures. But like I said, I'm reluctant to put pictures up here like this because you never know.
Is that really her? That's a lookalike. That's not her.
But I'll take it down shortly. But she did make the news this week. While performing, she decided to flash the crowd. Allegedly flash the crowd. Now there are no videos, but if you have a video, please shoot me a video. Because she is what 38, 39. And so, like I said, she could be still, still in there because, I like what I like. I like what I like.
The crowd. That's
the crowd. In. And so that's, she's probably going to end up having charges against, because I think where it was done, it was not appropriate. So you're looking at censorship and all that stuff getting ready to take place.
Ralph, Jackie and I have been together a long time. I hadn't dated in years. Is that normal behavior for a late 30-year-old? I mean, is that normal? Is that normal in the dating pool now?
No, you know what? I wouldn't say is normal, but acts like these are becoming the norm to where I'm getting more and more attention. And or the attention and the way we're going to stay relevant. And this is one of the ways people do something like this. Janet Jackson did it, and man, her career plummeted after that. And so, but but this young lady, she didn't do it for the Super Bowl, but the cards are stacked up against you when you decide to do some things like that, man. But hey, more power to her. Hope those who were allegedly affected by what she did, hopefully they can get beyond that and heal, because they're gonna need some therapy. I was blinded by it. Man, Coach K coached his last regular season game against the North Carolina Tar Heels. Great, spectacular pre-game show, and it built it up, and they end up losing.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lose at home, my farewell game, my last home game, and you're getting ready to go into the tournament or what have you. But Coach K, man, like I said, I got to give him his props, because when I played basketball in high school, and we were looking at what he was doing at Duke, he had the team that everybody disliked.
Yeah, most
There
definitely.
was always like we did not like Duke for whatever reasons. No one liked Duke. You know, anyone that's winning like that, you just didn't like them. You know, during that time you had the Running Rebels, the Fab Five, you had Georgetown, you had all those teams, what have you, and they was like, you know, just doing things that that was closer to the culture than Duke was doing. But Duke had a system, and they were winning.
But Ralph, do you remember, just to reference the 80s, his first successful years like 80, 81, he had Duke was a no-name. It was, you know, he came from another school, and actually I think he coached at Army. And his first year he had Johnny Dawkins, and I was a huge Johnny Dawkins fan. He ended up getting National Player of the Year. And that was the year that turned Duke around. Duke was seen as a national power. I think that next recruiting class, he ended up getting, I want to say, Danny Ferry, Jay Billis, Tommy Amaker, which was the point guard. And they ended up going to the Final Four, and they lost to David Robinson, the Admiral. They lost to them in the Final Four, I think. But it's interesting that was him. It was interesting that Tommy Amaker and Johnny Dawkins are credited for launching the program. Those were his first really good recruits. And there was a little bit of controversy in the news about that. He's got a successor. He's chosen a successor, which is his right to do. And Tommy Amaker, the point guard, thought it would be him, and he was a little heartbroken. He's decided to go forward with John Shire. He's one of his assistants. But I will say this: by the time he's finished, he'll have over 1,200 wins. That's never been done in college basketball. I want to say he'll have 5 national championships, and so he's leaving out the winningest coach for us winning the number of basketball games in college basketball. So hats off to him. Definitely had a long, successful career, and he just didn't get it done on Saturday.
You know, he did go after your boy.
Who was that?
MJ, Michael Jordan at one point in time. Michael Jordan turned him down and went to the other school in
that's right,
Tar Heel State.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
So, you know, he was out there. He was out there in those streets, man, you know, trying to get those recruits, man.
He was. You know, I noticed this, and Ralph, you're a former basketball player, or I don't know if we could say ever former, because we could probably go out there and get it done.
I'm a coach now, man.
Duke had everybody slapping the floor to let you know they was gonna play defense. You know,
yeah, and we did that too, man. We did that. Boom, you know. Yeah, we did that, man. I was like, man, it's like looking back, man, that was corny, man. It's like,
it really
but
was.
Yeah, we did anything we did to try to hype ourselves up and hype the crowd up, man.
That's right.
But you know, Coach K, wish you well, you know, going into retirement. No, he's probably gonna be in the background somewhere with the Duke program.
Most definitely.
More money.
Wow.
Russell Wilson is in the news for 2 things, man. Yeah. If you have not heard, ladies and gentlemen, Russell Wilson has been traded. In Russ they trust. He has been traded to the Denver Broncos. It is cold in Denver, Colorado.
Listen,
that's a big change, man.
Ralph, listen. In Russ I trust so much. I like Russ. I like Russ in his professional career. I'm not so sure that I like everything in what he does personally, but I may become a Denver Bronco fan.
No, man.
You know, I'm a free agent, Ralph. Look, I got my free agent hat on. I'm wearing my free agent shirt, and this is my birthday jacket, man.
What you trying to say?
I'm trying to say, this is what I'm trying to say, Ralph. I'm a free agent. I can be sold to the highest bidder as a fan. I may become a Denver Bronco. It's got a ring to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Maybe. Isaac is in the running to maybe become a Denver Bronco. Now, I'm not gonna lie. If he would have went to New Orleans, I would have jumped ship.
Listen, wait, whoa. New Orleans is still in the runnings. Listen, shout out to Jerome Smith. There are some text messages, allegedly, that show me in a Denver Bronco jersey. There's allegedly, I can't deny nor confirm that I'm in a Denver Broncos jersey. And there's also text messages that show me in a New Orleans Saints jersey. I will neither confirm nor deny.
Somebody done told you wrong, huh?
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here. Allegedly, Isaac is exploring his options to exploring his options to go to the Denver Broncos, but he has plenty of time during this offseason.
Yes,
so
yes,
we're not gonna hold it against him. So he has plenty of time. But listen, Isaac, he is also in the news for getting Russell Wilson is also in the news. I saw the clip myself, man. Him getting down on one knee to his wife on live television.
Okay, never heard of
and
this.
Proposing to her to say, to ask her to give him another child.
Simping ain't easy.
Why he got to go over the top?
This is my struggle with Russ. On the field, he's a general, he's a leader, he's authoritative. But in his romantic life, he does the most simping. He does, Ralph. He does a lot of simping. Man,
I said, Isaac, why can't he be like the rest of us? Where our pullout game is terrible, and they'll say, "Oh, you're pregnant because of the pullout game." You got to go on national TV and try to up the ante. Now he's gonna have these young folk going around here, in the park, on live TikTok or whatever, and say, "Hey, baby, can you give me another child? Give me a son or whatever. Give me another girl." You got that, and he got down.
To be so public with it, Ralph.
Yeah, he got to be public with it, man. So I'm going to go right here live on this show and say that she is already she's already prego. They just put it out there. So hey, you're gonna see that baby bump in how long did it take to get a baby bump? It's been so long that I've had a child, so
Ralph, wait a minute.
What's that?
Breaking news. This is breaking news.
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen.
On the fly trap. I'm gonna get on one knee. Ralph, I'm on one knee. Can you see me on one knee?
You froze, but I can hear you.
I'm on one knee, Ralph. Jackie McJempsey.
All right, Jackie.
Will you give me one more child?
All right, we anticipate the slap. We anticipate the slap. Oh, did I hear it, man? Oh, did I hear it?
That with us, that's a maybe. That's a maybe.
Did I hear it?
Hell no. Hell no.
Oh man.
Hell no.
But listen, he upped the game, once again, anything goes when it comes to bros. It ain't simping ain't easy. Simping ain't easy. Simping made easy. Simping made easy. Simping made easy. But that's Russell Wilson. He's back. He's back in the news for those two things, man. So we wish him well with the Denver Broncos. We wish he and his wife a successful, joyous pregnancy. Because I think this will be what, number 5? 4?
Number 4.
Number 4. And so it's like, wow.
And Russ, I trust. I like Russ. I'm just torn with Russ. Go Broncos.
Go Broncos. I'm like, it don't even sound right, man. I just remember Butch Johnson and the rest of them, man, playing the Cowboys, early 80s and 90s, early 80s and late 70s and what have you. And I just can't bring myself to cheering for the Denver Broncos, man. But,
I'm working through my emotions on this, Ralph. I can be bought as a fan. I'll take a down payment bonus of $75,000, and you can pay me $125,000 a year to be your fan. That's pretty cheap. I mean, Jackie and I will wear gear. The children will wear gear. We'll come to all the home games. We'll travel to half of the away games. And if you make the Super Bowl, we'll allow you to give us free tickets.
Man, listen here. I'm like I said, the reason I keep bringing up New Orleans, man, is because New Orleans is not that far away.
Yeah, I love
It's like,
it.
Driving to DC or something like that. If you're gonna drive or fly, what have you, it's a short flight. But man, how many times did you go to Denver, Colorado?
Ralph. Yeah, no.
Are they rebuilding?
No, they're not rebuilding.
They're not rebuilding.
They're just a quarterback away. I thought Russ would be a good fit. But let me say this. So you play Atlanta 2 games. So you get a chance to see them play Carolina twice, and you get to play Tampa Bay. So that'd be, you get to see them 4 to 6 games in person. But I want to mention this as a tie-in because Jackie and I are considering this. The Essence Festival is back on for 2022, and I think it's in July, and we're strongly considering going to the Essence Festival.
Man, listen, I saw when they made that announcement. I want to say it's June 28th through July the 3rd.
Ralph.
And I have not been to to New Orleans since 1993, so I'm well overdue. That was pre-Katrina, man. It's like
come on,
man. Like I'm gonna have to go off camera. I'm gonna have to go off camera, man. I'm getting excited, man.
You get excited, man. Those goose pimples.
Oh man, like listen.
Oh man, Ralph, let's go to if they call Charleston the Holy City, what do they call New Orleans? Nolans, as they say, Nolans.
Man, listen here. I know. For me, you're going there with your wife, but all I'm saying is,
there's gonna be some fine women there. Good, clean girl.
New Orleans.
There's gonna be some fine women there. Good, clean girl.
Not only does New Orleans have that, but the rest of the world will be descending on, New Orleans and what have you. So I'm just saying, man. Like, I just remember when I went down there.
You can book it.
Good, clean girl.
Listen, Jack and I going there to do business. One of my cousins went. She went to the last one before the pandemic, and she said it was such a great experience for her. Got to meet a lot of great contacts. Did a lot of great business. Just a lot of networking. It was a beautiful mosaic of us as a people doing business, networking, connecting, and it was very enjoyable. So I am planning, I'm going to be presumptive and plan to be at the Essence Festival. That would be a great time for the Fly Trap to go live.
Man, listen, I'm well, if many of us that are watching are planning to go down there, if you have yet to get your hotel reservations, but like I said, it's one of the places where it's like Freaknik. You probably won't get any sleep or anything like that. You probably won't even need that, man. Just need I don't know. We'll take a RV or something, man. It's like just drive down there and like have some fun. But man,
Ralph, can I say this?
What's that?
Listen, that would be. I'm thinking about the trifecta. So we're headed to Las Vegas, and in April the 6th through the 11th, we're headed out there to do business, speaking at a conference. Jackie and I are, and so we've been there before. Went there for Halloween a few years back. Had a fabulous time. Essence Festival, and then also Miami. That would be the trifecta right there. To do Vegas, the Essence Festival in New Orleans, and South Beach, all presented to you by the Fly Trap.
I know. I have some contacts in the MIA or what have you. So the Fort Lauderdale, Miami, I know some people. So it may be a good opportunity to reconnect with some of our friends down there, because it has been a while since it's been a while since you and I traveled down there. It's been a good minute.
Right.
It's been a good minute. So that would be something, man. So we had to, I'm gonna have to save up my coins. So y'all be sure to get your Denori, order your Enneagram, and let's get these sales up or what have you, so that we can, go down to the Miami, the place of the Giants or whatever. But man, my last thing I have in the coach is this dude right here. It is official that he and Kim have obtained their singleness. But this dude is now he's on that end to where he's stalking old girl, and it looks kind of scary.
Yeah,
it looks kind of scary. So hey, man, listen here. You got this? Yeah, I'm gonna put it up.
What's that? Yeah, let's put. Wait, let me.
Man, listen, that's tight. That beat had my head bumping, man. Excellent message there.
Ralph, last week, just want to put in this little blurb. We finished up a book we're doing was the 5 Stages of Love. And this coming week, I don't know if they saw in the trailer, it is the most profound book Jackie and I have ever read together. It is the book that shifted our relationship and helped fortify us as a couple. Love and Respect. I don't know if you saw that. Love and Respect by Emerson Eggerichs, Dr. Emerson Eggerichs, and it's love and respect. What men desire, what men want the most is respect. What women desire the most is love. We believe this. It's the foundation of what we believe as a couple. We teach it in some way or form in every situation. We're going to start that book this Sunday, and I'm excited about it. So, most of the time you can download copies of the book. If you're in a serious relationship, if you're thinking about getting in a serious relationship, if you are married, I'm telling you, it will shift the dynamics of your whole relationship. Love and Respect. This Sunday, we'll be starting that on Toast to Love at 7:15 p.m.
That's what's up, man. Hey, can you put that in the chat?
Yes.
The title of that book, or can somebody put the book information in there?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, Love and Respect. And let's see. Love and Respect by Dr. Emerson Eggerichs. It's very popular. It's been out for probably about 15, maybe to 17 years.
15, 17 years. Okay.
Yeah. Let me put this in there. Wow.
There we go.
Love
and Respect by Dr. Emerson Eggerichs. Thanks, Maurice, man. Maurice, also put your information in there regarding your podcast information. I see that you all have pushed your broadcast on YouTube, but be sure to put that in there as well. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
What's going on, Beverly? Thank you for putting that information out there. Great book.
Great book. I promise you.
Is that one that can be downloaded on the iPad, or you have to buy the hard copy?
No, you can get it on Kindle. You can get it on Amazon. Also, there's probably some free copies. It has worksheets with it, but we'll be going over probably the first 2-3 chapters, giving our impressions of it. We've gone through it several times, but I'm telling you, if you want to take your relationship to the next level, buy this book, or get, they make access to get some of this stuff for free. So just Google it, type Love and Respect, Dr. Eggerichs, and then put free beside it. There's a lot of free places to go and get it. He's sold millions and millions of copies, helped hundreds of thousands of couples really change their relationship, because men, we need that respect. That's what we want.
Speaking of respect,
Yeah.
The reason we're here tonight.
See, I wasn't gonna say nothing because I like black people.
The reason we're here tonight.
Yes, sir. Why
here
we here?
tonight.
Yeah.
We are gathered here tonight to talk about friends with benefits, or can you be friends? Can dudes and girls be friends? Can you have female friends? Can you have male friends? Can you have a friend of the opposite sex and nothing take place? There's no attraction energy. There's no sexual energy. Like, you all are just friends.
People are they're already responding.
Layla says yes, that she can be friends with a dude
and just be their friend.
I don't know, man. I'm going to take the stance that you can't do it, man.
I am so torn. I'm gonna let you go first, Ralph, because I'm torn about this. Although I probably think similar to you.
Now, I'm just saying it cannot be done, simply because that, you know, like I said, if you cross that line, and you begin to have relations, adulting with one another, somebody's going to catch, you know, feelings. Somebody's going to catch feelings. And even if you do not get to that point where you're crossing the line, the opportunity is always there. It's like if it were to happen, or you get to that point, you know, somebody's not going to turn it down.
Yeah, we're getting a lot of talk. We're getting, you know, Miss Beverly said, hey, I've tried it several times, just did not work. But Miss Layla, she's doubling and tripling down. She's doing the Trump triple down and saying, I've had several handsome friends and they didn't even look this way.
Now it's like, I saw a post by the Charlamagne the Guide, or I'm not sure, but Charlamagne the Guide or the Breakfast Club, but he's one of the speakers on there. He said sometimes you gotta call people by their rightful, you know, label. I'm, you know, kind of like paraphrasing or whatever. Is that person a friend? You know, can you call them a friend? Like, she's not a friend, she's a colleague, somebody I work with. Or she's just somebody I know, you know, on Facebook or what have you. So you may think, you know, they are your friends, but you are not my friend. It's like it. I just don't see it, man. That can happen. Layla says she has several handsome friends. If you were on an island by yourself, would it happen? Anna says that I have many guy friends that stayed only friend zone. Oh, hell no. Who wants to be friend zone? What guy could be friend zone? Let me see. We have well, these days you have to define a friend first. And you're right, Maurice.
Wise man.
You know, you have to define a friend. Like, hey, I was once dating this lady, and she asked a question, well, who is she? And I tried, like, that's somebody I know on Facebook. I never met her before, and like to try to prove to her that I never met. Like, I just know on Facebook. Like, she one of her friends. Like, no, she is not a friend. She is a Facebook connect or what have you. I don't know if you can call somebody a Facebook, you know, Facebook friend or whatever. You know, that's what Facebook calls it. But I have thousands of people on my page, and I've yet to meet them, and I can't call them a friend. You know, it's like, you know, there's somebody I know.
Ralph, it's interesting you say that. It's very ironic that tonight we had rain earlier. It's been raining because the definition of friend has gotten watered down to such a degree. I mean, hey, you can basically tap a button and now you got a friend. How many friends follow you? And I think, Ralph, you're on to something. Is that,
thank you,
how do we define friends? And I think more of what we have is associates or people that we know of. But what I would classify as a friend is if I'm in a crisis and I call you, I can depend on you, whether it be just to talk, whether it be there's a crisis, I need you in person. I think friendship, the bond of friendship should be deeper than I just casually know you through Facebook. And you mentioned this earlier. I have some people that I feel like I'm a good friend to them, but in a crisis, I probably would not call them. I don't know if I would depend on them for anything. And so I would more put them in the category. These are people I associate with or associates more so than friends.
Associate. So basically a friend is someone with resources.
Not just resources, but they bring value to the relationship. They bring support. They bring, I think when I looked at it and it slid over to more the romantic part, we're talking about can men and women be friends? I don't think if you spend enough time together that it will cross lines. And I don't think you can be just friends. Is you start to share a bond. And what are those bonds? Bonds could be common interest. Bonds could be emotional support. Bonds could be that you trust the person. Trust is a bond. And so when you start to define a friend based on what bond, what ties do I have with them? Is it emotional? Does it go beyond physical? And so it may be that you have common interests. Ralph, I consider us to be friends. And we've known each other, Ralph, for probably almost 20 years.
Almost 20 years, yeah.
But up until last year, I would say we really became good friends. We're close friends. We talk a significant amount of time. We also are doing this thing as we fly, but I think I know you better now than I did 17, 18 years ago.
Right. Well, there's a study out there, Isaac, that after leaving high school, you're less likely to make new friends after high school. As you get older and older,
right?
No. After college, no. I was telling someone, the other day, I was like, yeah, we knew each other. Well, we knew each other in passing at the university, what have you, but it wasn't until we became in the work industry to where our path reconnected, and you say, okay, I know Isaac, and it just gradually grew from there. But friends, oh man,
hey,
guys can be friends,
right?
And like you can hang out with the guys, you're gonna have a good time and some fun and everything like that. But when you are friends with a girl, like a woman, like you go out and like I just don't see you having a great time. It's like, okay, you can't. She's not gonna play basketball with you,
right?
She's not gonna play golf. Some of those things that are physical, you rather do those with dudes, but some of the other things you're doing with the female, it's not going to be the same thing you're doing with your dude friends.
Ralph, we got to be careful what we say. Shout out to Pam. Pam sees me nuance in this conversation. I'm trying to thread a needle here, and Pam, she's called it out directly, whether she knows it or not. She says, I think we're talking about two different things. There are friends, and then there are friends with benefits. What do y'all think? And of course,
oh yeah, I'm saying we get into that, but you gotta put the sauce on the.
We lay the foundation before we go there. So, I think it's important to realize what bond do you share with a friend. I referenced me and Ralph. I would say this for me: if you're in a relationship with someone, if you're gonna be a friend of mine, whether it's male or female, you're probably you are going to become a friend with Jackie. We don't have exclusivity on, hey, I have my own set of friends. She has her own set of friends. We come as a package deal that kind of keeps things clean, sets boundaries. There's not these people she knows about that are in her corner she's talking to. I don't have friends in a separate corner that I talk to. Everybody I know, she knows. Everybody she knows, I know. So there's that. But then, Ralph, we kind of leaning over into the friends with benefits. We're talking about male-female relationships. Can you just be a friend with a female? I think if you anytime, if you spend any significant time with a female, this is from the male perspective, I'll take the view like Steve Harvey. He may have not tried you yet, but he's already thought about it. And if you ever give him that opportunity, he will pounce.
Now it's like, hey girl, you want to do something? No, I was just playing, girl. Like, what? For real? Okay, okay, I'm just playing, girl. Like,
yeah,
it comes up again. You want what? Oh, so I'm just playing, girl. We can't even do that, man. It's like, girl, listen, I'm just playing. I'm just seeing but for real though.
I thought you said something. Did you?
You're always gonna be tested, man. You're always gonna be tested. But like I said, so you mean to tell me, y'all mean to tell me y'all watching, you all have friends in the friend zone or friend guys, and y'all can go out to eat, go out to the movies, do these activities, and there's no attraction. I'd like
zero, zilch.
And
what?
He's straight up. He's good. He's straight up dude. Or fellas. For those that you're still your fellas. And you know what I'm saying, you got friends, and if it came down to it, you wouldn't try to hit that. Is she fine? Is she attractive? Does she there's no sexual injury? Y'all just straight up cool.
Yeah, that's rare. But see, there's no attraction, and I want to talk to Layla and some of I think this is a male-female thing. There may not be an attraction on your side of things, but are you 100% sure that he's not attracted?
And that is the $64,000 question.
Yeah.
There's no attraction between either of you, and y'all just hanging out. I don't think they have, because who hangs around unattractive people? I do not have any unattractive females, women.
Attractive people running packs.
Yeah, like alike attract alike, and I don't have anyone in that arena where like, you kind of shun push yourself away from, or they shy away from you or what have you, and then what you got going on. But who has unattractive people in their circle?
And Ralph, and this speaks to another thing, and we may go completely off the rails. What is the definition of attractive? Because I think in our culture, and you and I have talked about this before, KS talks about this. Do we spend so much time looking at the outer appearance, physical attraction versus the real value qualities of a person? I mean,
I think Layla is lying. Like she'll probably end up blaming it on the alcohol if there's some little alcohol, like, man, ain't no alcohol. Like that attraction is always there.
It was always there.
It was already there.
I didn't realize I had those feelings.
Don't tell nobody.
Yeah, don't tell nobody.
Don't tell nobody.
This will never happen again 2 weeks later.
But like I said, let's say the line is crossed. We have crossed, we have crossed the line, ladies.
What do you mean by that, Ralph? Crossing the line. What do you mean? It's like a kiss? You mean
kiss, hug, hold hands? Well, you said some of y'all gonna say, well, it's okay to hug, hug, hold hand. That's how you start. That's how it all starts, kissing and hugging hands. But let's say you went, y'all did the bedroom gymnastics. Do you do it just one time and it's done, or it's like, okay, I can call on Tyrone, to do certain things, and Chad, Tyrone, and we cool with that. I kind of like I've had some people I've met over the years saying I don't have any, women will say I don't have any female friends. All of my friends are dudes. Like, right. Ooh, have you ever heard anybody say that? All of my friends are dudes. I run for them. I was like,
yeah, that I get a little. Because Ralph, okay, let's just keep it 1,000. Let's 1,000. So you have that situation. In a man's mind, he's thinking these are all competitors. Like if he has feelings for you and you have more than one guy that's a friend, even if you just have one guy that's a friend, he's thinking that's my competition. And I wonder, does he have a leg up on me? I mean, because if you're spending time and then you say this is just a friend, you got a connection, you got a bond. Now I'm wondering how much of a threat is this guy to my woman? So, I mean, and that's how men think. So that would always throw off a red flag to me. Unless I can become friends with that guy, then I'm probably not going to take that person serious.
So wait a minute. So I got a question. This one just came up, Isaac. I got a question for everyone that's watching. What have you? Suppose I'm in a relationship and I'm dating. And can the dude have female friends? Yeah, I'm talking to you, Pam. I'm talking to Anna. I'm talking to Beverly. If you're dating someone, can your man have female friends? Can you have a female best friend? Do you trust your man around his so-called friend girls? Now I'm really curious about that. And as a dude, Jerome, can you be dating someone and the lady you're dating has a lot of friend guys? That's all she has, friend guys. She doesn't have any friend girls. She has just friend guys. Can you trust her? So I'm going out with the guys or whatever, or I'm going out with my best friend. And he's a straight up dude. He doesn't have any problem with sexuality or anything like that. He's a straight up dude. Could you trust your woman around her male friends?
We got a yes or no. Jerome said curiosity. What did it do, Ralph?
Kill the cat, man. Why must I be like that? Why must I chase the cat?
Nothing but the. Whew.
I'm just saying, can you be dating someone and they have all male friends? Like, well, they're my friends. All right. Let me say what did Pam say? He can have female friends, but why they hang? Well, no, they're his friends. Some of us have said that he cannot. People can be friends and there's no attraction, what have you. And if he got something at home, why would it be a problem with them hanging out? Why would it be a problem? All right. Anna brings up an interesting statement. I wouldn't go hang out with my guy friends without my man if I'm in a relationship. That's a good one. I like that. I like the sound of that right there. What say you?
Yeah. What you want your man doing? You know what Jackie. You going
to hang out with who? Well, I'm coming too. I'm coming too.
Well, you messed up, sonny.
I'm coming too.
What you trying to say?
What you trying to say?
I'm like, okay, if you're gonna hang out here, I'm gonna hang out with you too, because hey, you never know. And then let's say you don't, your man is gonna hang out with his friend girls, and y'all all know one another. He's introduced you to her and say, hey, this is my friend girl from college or school or whatever. We've been friends for 10 years or whatever. And they go bowling or whatever. They go to an event. Because she's friends with him, she posts a selfie of them two together at the event. People get into your comments. Like, oh, that's beautiful. Y'all look beautiful together and everything. And can it happen?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. I like what Jerome said. You'll always have that one friend that thinks especially on the male side, and now we seeing with females. Females, what we're seeing are definitely more confident. Wouldn't y'all agree they're more confident? But JJ says you'll always have that one friend that thinks he or she got that chance, and they gonna do what? Shoot that shot.
Shoot that shot. Swish. What we called it back in the day? Bird.
Yeah.
Bird.
He can come. I'm gonna always ask if he wants to go.
All right, Layla says he can come. He can come. I'm going to always ask if he wants to go now. If he said she don't, then I'm hanging along with my male friends. Can you do that? I'm saying you've already made the decision that you're gonna hang out with your friend. It wasn't a discussion. It doesn't sound like a discussion you had before deciding whether or not you want to go. Like, hey, I'm going to hang out. I would like to go hang out with some of my friends, on Thursday night or what have you. You want to come? You good? We're planning on hanging out. What's up? You want to go? No, I don't want to go. You go ahead. That's one thing. But y'all already been talking and planned it, and you didn't include your boyfriend or your friends with whatever. Does the situation change?
Yeah. Jackie's like, nope. Yeah, we have to protect this handsomeness that she has, and so we just have to set some hard boundaries, Ralph. It's just, hey, when you fly, you fly.
Oh, this one is for you, Layla. This one is for you.
Can't nobody be trusted. Can't nobody be trusted.
Mm-mm.
Do it again, Ralph. Do it again.
Can't nobody be trusted.
Look here, I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna hang out with your friend guys, and it's like, something's going down. Something's going down. And I say, I believe this needs to be discussed before getting into a relationship. Like, yeah. Because in my mind, and some other dude's mind, it's like, okay, she got all dude friends. Like, how many she on that hit? It may be zero, but that's gonna be in the back of the dude's head, man. It's like, she got down one of them or something. Why she's or better yet, you broke up with your check out this, Anna, Jerome, Layla, Beverly, Pam. You broke up with your boyfriend or girlfriend, and you all are still friends after the breakup. You get into another relationship. Do you tell the person that you're in a relationship with, hey, that's my ex-girlfriend, that's my ex-boyfriend, or do you say, hey, that's my friend? How do you know that other person? I'm saying, what say y'all? What's the discussion with that? Like, I don't like you hanging around with your ex-boyfriend,
right,
or your ex-girlfriend. Can you still be friends in that scenario?
Oh man, it's tough. It's tough because women are so much more advanced at this, Raphael, than we are. And and men's egos are very fragile, and so I think it's very difficult. I think it's going to be a lingering thing that goes on in the back of your mind, which that's going to prohibit the relationship from moving further or getting to a place where, you get more exclusive. I think you're going to always have that distance because in the back of that man's mind, probably one of the things that, and this goes for anybody, but yes, definitely for men, we don't want to be in a crowd and the possibility that our woman has been with somebody in the crowd. That's
man.
We don't handle
that's part of friends with benefits, can males, friendly, like when you start adding those dynamics into the discussion, now it gets kind of interesting. Can men and women be friends? If you take away the sex part, then why are you still hanging around with that individual? Like what do y'all have in common to hang out with? What are y'all doing? Yeah, the likelihood is, you wouldn't be hanging out if there was no possibility of, adulting, bedroom gymnastics or anything like that. I just don't see, dudes hanging around, women without that possibility. That's why we hang around you. That's why back in the day, that's why back in high school, that's why I took home ec. That's why I took food and nutrition. That's why all the girls were.
Shame on them, Layla. Layla says, Isaac, men have been doing it for years, putting us in that type of environment, and shame on them. Shame on them. We don't need to get them back for that. Hey, that's why boundaries are good. See, Ralph, and we teach this at Marriage 360. This is what makes dating complicated. This is what makes dating, or this theory, friends with benefits. What are the benefits? And a benefit is something that should be exclusive. So if you're giving me a benefit, take me out of it. If somebody's giving Ralph a benefit and giving somebody else a benefit, then it's really not a benefit. Because it's not exclusive. I mean, everybody can't get the benefits, if you know what I mean.
But I'm saying, like friends, like there's no with friends with benefits. There's no an agreement or something like that. It's like I'm not exclusive to you, so why do you have to be exclusive if it's just friends with benefits?
Because you're bonding.
But that's leading into a relationship.
Yeah, but that's what happens.
That's what happens. Like somebody's gonna catch feelings,
because what's released after sex? Oxytocin. And now you got these physiological things, the serotonin and all of that going on in your body, going on in your mind, in your body chemistry. Now you like the smell of them, they like the smell of you, and it's a possibility that somebody could be smelling your smell. So I just think it makes it very complex.
Can't nobody be trusted.
Can't nobody be trusted.
Everybody can't have the Debbie cakes. But like I said, if y'all just friends with benefits, if you say we got to be exclusive or what have you, then friends with benefits, that title goes away. Y'all are in a relationship. But if you're just friends with benefits, like, hey, I'm gonna call you up. I need, this right here. I need my car fixed or whatever. I need, to release some tension or what have you. And you call that person up. And that is only as far as it goes. No relationship. It's like, okay, it is what it is. Then you're still friends with benefits, but one of you go and be in a relationship with someone else, and the other person is still without. Man, it gets complicated, man.
I saw a TikTok where the girl said, hey, basically the guy was gonna be somebody that was a friend with benefit, and then she done, as they say, caught feelings. She's like, yeah, well, you said we was just gonna be friends with benefits. And she's like, yeah, that's what I said, but now you need to sit that fly trap bag down, and you need that trap bag down, and you're gonna be here all night. So
like I said, spend a night bag.
Spend the night bag. So what do you got? You was thinking it was just gonna be a sneaky link, and then now it's done turned into a all-time love affair off of a sneaky link.
Layla just said, how about until my name change, I'm single. Now, if that's the case,
whoa,
all of us who are single, even if you're single, I mean, even if you're in a relationship, you're still single. And so if you're in a relationship and you're having bedroom gymnastics or adulting or what have you, even if you're in a relationship, that would be some form of friends with benefits for whatever period of time until you break up or until your name changes, so forth. you're still in that category. You're still a friend with benefits. Friends with benefits with a commitment.
Well, Layla brought out the big guns. She said, hey.
Oh, she hitting below the belt, man. It's like,
She
man,
said,
listen here.
put a ring. She said, put a ring on it. Then you ain't got to worry about no friends with benefits. You go, Layla.
Can't nobody be trusted.
Can't nobody be trusted.
Man, like even put a ring on it, man. Like, I was like, man, you know, she, you know, like maybe it's just me, man. Maybe I have trust issues, man. Maybe it's me, man.
Yeah, some people can be trusted. I trust Miss Jackie with my life. I trust her with all that I got. That's until that's been disproven. I'm gonna ride with that. But that's this the only relationship I got in me right here, Ralph. I done put too much into it. See, I'm encouraging everybody to get to that point. I've heard the terminology. I got one more good relationship in me. Somebody close to me said I got one more good one in me.
Man, I remember when I was in the bar and one of the guys that came in was depleted. And he told everyone at the bar that I got one more in me. And all the dudes that were at the bar, including myself, that heard him say that, felt the pain in his voice when he said that, and it echoed around the room saying, man, I got one more in me as well. And so, man, I'm like, I'm playing Decathlon, Pitfall, Frogger, and I'm protecting that one last one, man. It's like, oh, man, it's like, I'm not going to waste that, but that one last one on, you know, something, you know, that's not going to last or whatever. It's not going to take it to the finish line. Because you got, 28 more summers left.
Well, Ralph, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
How will you know? Tell the people, how will you know if that one is worth putting your last defender game on?
Oh man, that's a good question. You know, I've in recent days I had to go back to my 52 to 55 questionnaire.
Goodness.
Yeah, I had to go back. Like, I was wondering, can this person make gravy without the lumps? Like, everything else is good, but can this person, does this person work out? Does this person snore? You have to ask all these questions with these qualifiers or whatever. And like, it's like what we call it, FOMO. There we go.
Yeah.
FOMO. You just search for that one person to fit in that narrow gap or whatever. It's like, man, that's like, oh man. But these streets are mean, man. You can't trust everybody.
So
can't nobody be trusted.
Love Cat Williams. Love it.
Let me see. Maury said those benefits are attached to a part of your soul. So of course, feelings are going to get involved once you partake in it.
That's right. That's the part of the bonding. The two shall become one.
And like I said, we said and Marriage 360 has said that the more bodies you have, the less likely you're going to be able to pair bond. See, I've been paying attention, man.
Yeah, good job, Ralph.
I've been paying attention, man. Like, listen, man.
And that's the name of the game, is the pair bond. Yeah. Find that one you can trust.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, good deal. And I think that's what you. Oh, go ahead.
No, we have Beverly Head says, well, the ones I have trusted to be just my friends have messed it up for others. Men cannot be close to friend. Men cannot be that close friend to me. So she's on my side. The men and women can't be friends.
Why
can't team trap is winning right now?
So let me say this. Let me ask you this, Ralph. Can we merge the two? And can you say you're attracted to somebody, but you want to start with a friendship? Which is more important, the friendship or the romance? Or the
romance? I'm going romance, man.
But if you just got romance, then you don't have a foundation, because you can't build a relationship just on romance, attraction, and adulting. Let's say adulting. I mean, if it's just built on that, how long can you sustain that?
That's a good question, man.
it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable. So you need the friendship. I think it's very important. And so some of the information I was looking at, why is friendships important? Because number one, I think is very important. If I don't get any other points in, is when you have somebody that's a friend, regardless if it's a Ralph Sweeney, regardless for me if it's a Jackie, or if it's a Jerome or Maurice, all people I would consider friends, that person has influence with you. You're open to the idea that they will influence my thinking in a positive way. And that may be that they may challenge you. I know, Ralph, you and I, we have some awesome conversations where we agree on probably 80% of the things we talk about, but there are places where we say, well, we just see it differently. And you challenge me to think open-mindedly, and I challenge you. So you have an influence on me, I have an influence on you. Once you start opening yourself up to that foundation, now you can build upon that. And so, just referencing Jackie, we're romantic. We've been romantic for a while. We got a great romance going here. But anyway, that being said, our friendship is the fact that she has the ability to influence me. I allow her to have that area in my life where she should make a suggestion, and I say, that may work. That may be possible. And so when you start opening yourself up to a friendship that this person may have influence with you, then you can build on that. Because now if they can influence you, then you can start to trust them and build trust. And then you can build around the other things like values, common interest, and other things. And then get the adulting in there. Now you got a solid relationship. But it's all built on the premise, will I allow this person to influence me? What do you think about that, Ralph?
I agree to disagree. I like something that you said.
Talk to
you
me,
said
Ralph.
a couple of weeks ago. I like what you said a couple of weeks ago. You said, I'm paraphrasing, correct me if I'm wrong. You said, I love my wife, but I'm here because I like her.
Yeah.
And so if I don't want to be your friend, like if I'm meeting someone, I have to like you or like, being around you.
But you know what you're describing, Ralph? You're describing friendship. So
no, like I'm saying, you can like being around somebody. Come on now.
Yeah, I like her. I like her. And that has nothing to do with love, because liking someone, you're liking their attributes, their qualities. You like being around them. And part of that is allowing them to have some influence over how you think, or let them have be able to suggest to you their perspective. Whether you accept it or not, you at least open to hearing what they got to say. And that's part of that like system, which is part of friendship, which is part of what they call phileo. Not the other thing.
Yeah, we about to go to the fly. The fly's about to come to the trap on this one right here.
But phileo deals with friendship, and friendship deals with liking the attributes of the person.
Yeah, you can love you. I'm saying you can love someone, but if you don't like being around them, man, it's like, man, that's a terrible feeling. That's not gonna mix. Like, I love that girl, but man, she gets on my nerve. I don't like being around her sometimes.
Yeah. Let's see what Mr. Maurice said. I want to reference that. This is he's referencing Dr. Matthew Stevenson once said that relationships should be treated like the parts of a house. The front door of the house is not at the bedroom. Therefore, the beginning of the relationship shouldn't be there either. You have to go through the different stages before you end up at the bedroom. And of course,
man, listen, Maurice, we are men. Come on, man. We're men now. We like our dessert first now. Everybody know that. But I understand what you're saying. But we like our dessert first. This culture right here is a hookup culture, and with the hookup culture, yeah, the front door is going to lead to the bedroom.
Now let me say this, Ralph, as someone as a connoisseur and I know my wife. Before I knew my wife, I understand how women move, how men move. I would say it is as attractive that I know the mind of my wife, although I know her in every way, physically, emotionally. But the fact that I know how she thinks, man, that is, Ralph, that is so awesome. That I know how she thinks, and I almost can predict her in certain situations. Ooh, that's a turn on, Ralph. And it's because of the friendship.
Because of the friendship.
And because of that, it actually improves the adulting, because I know if I do A, B, C, and D, it's going to lead to W, X, Y, and Z.
Oh, man.
And hey, the flip side of that is she knows me too. So she knows when I'm doing A, B, C, she's more responsive to come to the W, X, Y, and Z. Because now it's a mental thing. It's almost like there's a telekinesis going on, Ralph. We talked about that Friday with the children, telekinesis. So, sometimes when you're with a person and you can think what they're thinking and you don't even have to say words, and then next thing you know, you're adulting because y'all are on the same page mentally. That all comes from friendship.
Well, now some of the people that are going to be watching their Fly Trap tomorrow, later on this week, or what have you, they're not in the age group to where during the time period that you and Jackie had met. So late teens, early 20s, and you all grew into this. You all have years of experience to where it took that long to get to know one another. But really for those of us who are up in age, I do not have, all that time to get to know the front door, the living room, the laundry, lunch room, the kitchen. You don't have that much time. You don't have that much time left. On this planet.
Ralph, I am so glad you said that, my friend. That is why at Marriage 360 we got the Enneagram. Man, that Enneagram will give you the inside track on how the person thinks. It gives you the inside track on how they respond. But most importantly, I'm going to how that person will respond, but it'll give you the inside track on you. It shows you how you respond to the world. It gives you a lay of your personality. We got this saying going now about the Enneagram. We asked this question, Ralph. Where do you take your personality?
Where do I take mine? Yeah. Where do I rank it?
No, where do you take it? Where do you take your personality? Throughout the world, where do you take your personality?
I take it everywhere with me. Everywhere I go.
You take your personality everywhere. So why not get a better insight on how you're responding to every environment that you take this thing called your personality? And if you are in the place where you're getting into a serious relationship, if you can know that person's personality, now, Ralph, instead of taking 32 years, it can speed up the process and get you and that other person on the same page. Because if I have a better understanding of Ralph's personality and I got a better understanding of my own personality and how that meshes, let the adulting begin.
Let the adulting again. Hey, listen, if you have taken the Enneagram,
yeah.
If you have taken the Enneagram, drop your number, your rating in the comment section. If you have taken the Enneagram, like I am an 8.
Yes, sir. Great 8.
And man, 8s are great, but my 8 doesn't mean that I'm better than a number 1, a 5. Yeah, it just tells where I fall in that with that tool.
Look at him. We got a 7 and a 9.
7 and 9. We got I'm pretty sure we got some more. Let's see. We got another 7, but we got another 8. Look at that. That's what's up.
Hey,
But I agree with you. It does reduce the time. But if you go back to what you said, Isaac, you said earlier that you have time to get to know that individual and you begin to like that person. Now, if we go back to our original statement of people being friends,
yeah,
and you're friends and you're getting to know, how they behave, how they work, or what have you, that person, if there's no sexual attraction at the beginning and y'all become friends and you be getting to know who that person inside and out, I'm going to take the stance that, hey, you will become attracted to that person further down the line. So that's why I would say, hey, that, it's always a danger of being, I won't say a danger, but it's always that possibility of something going down if you're friends with the opposite sex.
right.
That's what I'm saying.
I agree with you. Think about this, Ralph. We talk about sexual inhibitions. You let those inhibitions down. What adulting romance does is it lets down those guards so you can connect with that person. And then hopefully after, physical bonding, you'll connect mentally as well. So we always say, put the mental first and then get the commitment and then move forward. We know that we live in a culture where it says put the physical first and then follow through with the mental. But I think it's proven that just because you get physical with a person, that doesn't mean you will necessarily connect with that person.
Yeah, you're right. You may not connect with that person. You're there for the moment, and just be happy that you are with that person for the moment. It's your turn.
Because, hey, Ralph, are we chasing a feeling? Hey.
I'm just protecting my Pac-Man. That's all.
Yeah, you only got one left.
I only got one left, man. So you got to protect it, man.
Yeah.
So listen, hey. But let's go back. I saw something from that was posted earlier. Let me see. Oh yeah, I completely understand the mindset of us as men, but I would raise the question after we get that whatever, can we say that on
I
the
think
stream?
so.
Yeah. After we get that nut, does it benefit the relationship in the long run? Do we know each other? Can we work through problems, or are we just about the benefits and nothing else? Coming from a biblical standpoint, that's probably why God intended the marriage covenant to be the place for benefits to be partaken. Great point, Maurice.
Yes, sir.
But I have heard women leaving their man because their man was not able to satisfy them. They had waited up until the wedding day, and after the wedding, it just didn't work out for either one. And I heard it on the men's side. It's like, it didn't work. I did not know that she was going through this or could not please me, and they have parted ways. So how do you know?
Well, you know what, Ralph, and then one of the things we see, and we've really gotten into this the last 2 years, probably about 2020, to really study intimacy and adulting, just to keep it PG. 95% of intimacy starts in the brain. It's all in your head. It is literally all in the back part of your brain. In that little gland that produces all of the physical exertion, it produces the blood flow, it produces the emotion, and even the after effect. It is a mental process that allows you to get the physical release. So if it starts in the mind, and if you can properly evaluate this mentally, you can have an enjoyable experience. I mean, let me say this. If you can be by yourself and pleasure yourself, which we don't recommend, then how is it that you can't be with somebody and be pleasured? It just doesn't make any sense. 2 are better than 1.
Hmm.
Any time of the week, 2 is gonna be better than 1. It's gonna be.
You make
It's
a
gonna
good
be.
point there.
Yeah, 2 are better than 1. So if you could go through the mental process of pleasuring yourself, then it doesn't matter who you're with. If you can build that that mental bond with them, you can still experience pleasure. So you're either have been compromised by being on the carousel and now you can't pair bond, or there's just a lack of maturity of you knowing you.
Let me see. We got a comment here. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that conversation and honest communication can help with sex when sex is not what was imagined. That will go back to one of our previous shows and conversation that you have been imprinted on. When that, what you imagine, that imagination or thought or feeling or whatever experience from previous episodes may have been imprinted on you, and it is affecting how you move on with the next person.
Ralph, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
We all had a first time. Was you, I'll say for myself, I know a lot more now than I did my first time. I can't say that my first experience was a bad experience. It was an experience, not to be rated with any other experience, because now I know more about me and the one I'm committed to. So these are the mental games we play, because when we don't really understand the purpose of sex and we don't understand ourselves, our sexuality, we get into these things where we're making comparisons, we're chasing that high of the first experience, we're chasing a lost love, we're chasing, the carousel. So when you get into all of those complexities, yeah, it's going to be hard to bond with one person, but it is possible. It's possible. This is what I do love about Russell Wilson. Most people don't know this. He made her wait about 6 to 9 months. No sex, period. Zilch sex. He shut her down sexually before he would move forward in a relationship with her.
Didn't Kim Kardashian do the same thing with Kanye West? And she was like, you got to wash all that off of you with the previous young lady he was dealing with or whatever. So, hey, he could have been thinking like, that's the person you had before me. You got to get all that out your system and everything. You got to, bathe, 1,000 times, and now you can be with me. So,
hey,
that's gangster Russell Wilson. Like, I don't know, anything goes when it comes to clothes.
I'm convicted by Russ.
Simping made easy. Simping made easy.
You know what Russ said, Ralph? Russ said,
What's that?
you done been with Future. Listen, we're going to have a, what do you call it? We're going to have a period of detachment.
Anna says right here that you are never too old to be taught new tricks. LOL. Never too old. You're never too old to be what you could have been. So, Anna, you could very well be a vixen with learning new things. Let me see. There was something else that was in here. Man, if someone ever get to my mind, and I do mean every, they got my behind. I believe even sex starts in the mind. Oh, now.
It's a little gland back there.
Yeah.
It's a little gland. It's in the back of your, I think it's in the back of your skull.
So Beverly, look into my eyes. Get into your mind. Yeah, I've heard that. Getting into somebody's mind, and they can have your nose wide open. You be smiling at work, and like, what you daydreaming about? You're smiling and everything. So, so y'all be careful. Look into my eyes. See, we got Layla up here laughing because that's true. Look into my eyes, Layla. All right, Isaac, listen here, man.
I knew that. I was gonna say the hypothalamus gland, but it's the pituitary gland.
That's what it is.
Your pituitary gland, which I think is at the back of the skull, or the base of the head, that controls everything, Ralph. it controls everything. The good old pituitary.
So that's what's up. You know, I thought it wasn't the mind, Beverly. According to my research department and Uncle Earl, if if you get a woman skinning and grinning, she yours. Now, if I can figure out what I know what grinning is, but what's skinning? Is that somewhat like Cheryl Underwood when we took that somebody made a meme of her and all of her gums and everything was showing when she smiled, man. That might be what skinning is right there, skinning and grinning. And he would say once you get the kiki in, right. Hey, you got her.
Yeah. Well, I guess the skinning is being flirtatious. I think I don't know, Ralph. It's skinning and grinning.
I got to find the right wording or the right words to go with what I'm seeing in the comment section right here. Anna says that I would be celibate for a man. Now that is sexy.
What you trying to say?
Hey, but Ralph, it goes back to traditional values for a person to say, listen, I'm going to hold and wait for you, that I'm going to save this for you. Man, that's quite a turn on, that I'm going to withhold. I'm going to go without because I only want to experience that with you.
Now, is that done? Like, I was watching a clip of Steve Harvey on the talk show that was aired a couple years ago. And a lady got up in the audience and said that she had been with her man for 18 years. They've been living together, doing their thing and everything, and they decided to get married. And I think the marriage was maybe 6 or 8 months away. And she and the guy agreed to be celibate until their wedding day after 18 years of being together.
Okay.
Ain't no way, man. Ain't no way you can go back after you don't start it, man. Like once you pop, you can't stop, man.
I think you can. It's been done. I know a couple that did it, and man, let me tell you, boy, about our wedding night. Man, I was telling these people, I got to get out of here. It's been a minute, and she got my last name. It's like, hey, I love y'all, but I am out. Let's go to the cabin. We was out, Ralph. You hear me? It's like, hey.
Somebody done told you wrong, huh?
Man. Oh, man. Thanks for sharing that, Isaac. Man, I did not know, man. You learn something new, man. Standing next to the guy next to you. And you learn something new that y'all experienced that, and you're 30 plus years later, y'all still together.
Together, still learning, still thinking through this thing called marriage. We're thinking through it, Ralph.
Maybe I'm for the streets, man. Maybe I'm still in the streets and haven't gotten to that point yet. Because, like, man,
hey, Maurice said him and his wife did it, so we got some more. I know there's some more out here too. Yeah, it's possible. I'm telling you, man. Once you partake in, and then you say, you know what, I'm gonna just wait. Oh man, you just can't wait. You're like, hey, I want to partake again. Oh, Pam said. What did Pam say?
Yes, we can.
Can
we? Yes, we can. Yes, you can. I can hear the Obama slogan with that.
Yeah. Can
there
you
we
do
go,
it,
Beverly.
Ralph?
I
think you can. Can you do it?
That's probably it probably didn't read like that, but because I'm reading like, I don't know, I think I can. You put that little hesitant. Let me see if I can read honors like that. Yeah, you can. So you got some people on the fence. You're gonna see if I can read Pam's like that. Let me see. You can, Ralph, if you want to. So hey, you got to add those pieces in there. But man, but thanks for adding that. Like, I could be wrong. I could be wrong on that right there.
Yeah.
people can make that commitment,
Right.
but it'll be hard. It will be hard. It'll be
Yeah.
it'll be difficult to that. Like there'll be no touching hands, no hugging, no nothing. Like nothing that's
Hey,
going to
Ralph.
trigger that behavior, man.
Ralph, what if you went on an intimacy diet, an adulting diet?
Well, if I went on an adulting diet,
Yeah. Wouldn't that make the next time more pleasurable?
no, man. I just can't see that happening, man. It's like, whew.
Hey, Ralph, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I did it once, but when I started to get grumpy, that's one of Jackie's diagnostic questions. Is he hungry?
Yeah, man.
Is
It's
he
like
sleepy?
that's it.
Oh, that's it. That's it. So,
Man, listen. After me personally, after the 8th day, like Tyrone Bigsby or what's his name? Dave Chappelle, like drugs and alcohol don't ruin my life. And like once you start, man, it's like that's when you call that friends with benefits. Like hello, what you doing? It's like I'm like, can you do it, man? Like, nah, man. After you like 8 days, like, whew, it's like that song from Jodeci. He's like, I can go on for days, but I couldn't go on for weeks. I can even think about another body, but I couldn't. Boy, look at here. But that song right there, man, that says it all, man. So,
that says it all.
that's it, man. I like Tyrone be like, hello, what you doing? It's me, girl. Like, what you doing? What? Are you serious? Okay, okay. How long is it gonna take you? Dang, 2 hours? 2 hours to get over?
2 hours.
Okay, if that's all I was gonna take you. 2 hours. You sure 2 hours?
Oh,
Okay, I'm
man.
gonna be here. Like after 8 days, like that mood, those moods. Yeah, you could be disciplined and have self control in other areas, but like, listen, man, not everybody is like a monk, man. Like once you get used to it, see these are women talking. I'm talking about dudes, guys. You can only go for so many days, and you start calling people up. That's on the real. Yeah, let me see. Anna says, "Oh yeah, now you're gonna get grumpy and start fiending." Yep. Let's see. Whitney said, "We need to relax, relate, and release." Yeah, Jerome said, "You get weak in the knees." Like, and
You
of
see
course,
that?
I need deliverance. I'm just keeping it real. You know, you got to keep it real. Like this. Let's be real. We're
So, Ralph,
adults,
do
man.
women have more discipline or can go long? Because it seems to be the men are saying, and we got various men, spiritual backgrounds, but the theme is consistent. Look at here. If I go a certain amount of days, it's going to affect my mental outlook. And most of the women are saying,
nobody gonna be happy.
yeah, it seems like most of the women are saying, "Oh man, you can go weeks and months, years if you need to."
I don't know. You know, like I said, from our according to our research department and Uncle Earl,
Check
you
what
ask
trying
can
to
women
say.
can women go longer than men?
Yes.
There's a certain period. What's that? What they said? According to my uncle said, when they're going through
Yes.
ovulation, ain't no way.
Right. Jackie's probably told this story. I'm not gonna tell it, but she's probably told it on Marriage 360. But she'll come on and share one time. One time she'll share the story, man. She didn't know what she was getting into when we got married. She's like, what is going on here? This is We gonna take a break or what?
I was like, lay up here, lying. Like, I was like, yes, we can. Y'all lying. I was like, y'all lying. I was like, come on, keep it real. Y'all just don't want me to be right. That's what it is. That's y'all just don't want to be right. Y'all say y'all want to go on the fly, on the fly side and be up here. But Maurice, y'all know I'm right, man. Y'all know I'm right. The women want it just as much as we do. Don't let the Disney fairy tale fool y'all. Like,
I don't know, Ralph. I don't know.
As much as we do.
It appears, at least the images is that women can hold out.
Let me see. Let me see. It appears that's the image. Men can only hold out because they self-gratify themselves in place of us. So, hey, women do that as well. There are more women toys than men toys. Am I right or wrong?
I think women have a greater capacity to hold out. I just think they're the more mentally strong in that area, and they're more disciplined.
They want it just as much. They just don't want you to win. Like y'all might get in an argument, and that may be the one thing that.
What'd she say? Where he said one rose.
One rose. One rose. Let's see. I said, I have waited, so I am proof. I'm going to put on my PhD hat. Where's my PhD?
Put your PhD hat on, Ralph. I mean,
can you entertain the crowd for 30 seconds?
I will do this. Well, y'all, let's talk to us. Who has more discipline? Who has more discipline? Is it the women or is it the men? Keep coming with those remarks. Also, let me say this while Ralph is getting his PhD hat. Like and share. This show we put on, we try to do this every Tuesday. We've been doing it for over a year. It is brought to you by Denori. And if you don't have your Denori products, Ralph is bringing out new products, weekly. Try it. Also, Jackie and I are coming out with a line called Baybo. And so we ask you to be supportive of that. Yeah, the lines are, keep coming with them. Who has that? Is Lord help us. I'm with you, Layla. Women are more disciplined. You guys, you ladies are more disciplined.
Beverly, I now have on my PhD hat. This is Papa Legba speaking. How long have you had this problem? So you gotta ask that question, man. It's like, boy, I can go on for days. Like, let's see, y'all are funny. The rose snatches souls. Now you can also add Baybo 360, in there,
Baybo 360.
Yeah, man. But look, Isaac, man, I appreciate you all joining us this evening, being a part of episode 2 of the Fly Trap.
Yeah, we doing our thing. We are in rare form, y'all.
Yeah, man. But now, I didn't mean for you to put that information out there. I was like, oh man, I thought you was on Team Trap tonight, man. Oh. But Isaac, is there anything you would like to say before we close, for this evening?
Well, hey, at the end of the day, friends with benefits gets very tricky, but we do ask you to be open to being somebody's friend. Remember, it starts, that friendship starts with allowing that person to have some level of influence over how you view things. That doesn't mean they control you, but also you have an influence with them. And so your real friends are people who influence you influence them, and then you begin to build trust. I say at this stage, Ralph, whether it's romantic or not, evaluate who's really your friend. Jackie and I found out, we know a lot of people, but really can say we only have very, very few friends. And so I think it's very important do an evaluation, do an inventory of who your friends are. And if you do have friends with benefits, what's stopping it from going to the next level?
She can't cook gravy without lumps.
Oh, that can be solved though, Ralph. YouTube
Or-
is a heck of a thing.
Or she is comparing you to the rose, and the rose has taken your place. Yeah. But as we learned in kindergarten, when we was in kindergarten, we learned that the West Virginia folklore of what was the guy who beat the steam engine?
Is it John Henry?
John Henry.
Yeah, John Henry.
Man against the machine, man will always win. So you may get that rose or whatever, but just remember that man has defeated the machines in the past and will always be victorious. But be sure to check out Isaac and Jackie on Sunday nights. Are y'all going on 7:00?
Yeah, 7:00. 7:00 we will be this 7:15. 7:15 this Sunday. We getting more daylight, so that gives chance for people to get in, get relaxed. We're only on for about 30, maybe 35 minutes. We are doing Love and Respect. It's a famous book. We love it. It revolutionized our relationship. So check us out this Sunday. We'll be talking about love and respect for probably the next 2 or 3 weeks. There's so much information that will take your relationship to the next level.
Man, look at great show this past week. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Enjoyed this week as well as last week. So I'm still looking forward to your travel group, the information with the travel group. You mentioned some great locations in this region. We also talked a little bit about possibility of going to the Essence Festival. And Miami. So so y'all better get your sundresses ready, because man, it's gonna be on and popping.
Yes, sir.
Man, but listen, but other than that, man, listen, I like I said, men and women can't be friends if there's no attraction in the beginning. Then of course, nothing's going to take place. But over time, as y'all become friends or more friends and know one another, it's going to happen. It's going to go down. So that's the stance I take, man. Like, so just avoid it all and don't be friends, period. Yeah. But anyway, man, look here, y'all be safe, and may the Lord watch over ye and thee while we are away from one another. Isaac, I see you on the next one, man.
Yes, sir. Peace.